Welcome back to Superbly Said Advanced English Vocabulary and Phrases.
Today we're diving into some really interesting conversational English, and it's all pulled from a SpeakDuo lesson.
That's right, it's from the Box of Lies with Jenna Ortega clip on The Tonight Show.
It's a great source for this stuff.
And just a quick reminder for our listeners, you can visit SpeakDuo.com to meet new people from all over the world.
It's a great way to practice your English on video calls and, get more confident.
Absolutely. Okay, let's jump straight in. Our first phrase is really spooky. So really spooky. The basic definition is something that's very strange, unsettling, or mysterious.
Right. The textbook example is always something like, the old abandoned house felt really spooky at night.
Exactly. But I think we need to go deeper than that. How is it different from just saying something is creepy?
Well, that's the key nuance, isn't it? They both suggest fear, but spooky is more about an atmosphere, a subtle feeling.
It's a vibe.
It's totally a vibe. Like that example of a small town near the mountains feeling spooky at dusk. It's not that anything is overtly threatening. It's just off, unexplained.
Whereas creepy can be much more direct. A person can be creepy. An object can be creepy.
Exactly. So if you're using this in, say, an IELTS response, you could really paint a picture.
How so?
You could say, the small town near the mountains felt really spooky at dusk. The silence was unsettling, and the streetlights flickered in an unusual pattern. See? It's all atmosphere.
I like that. And even in a work context, you could use it.
Oh, for sure.
You could say, that old server room, which no one has maintained in years, has a really spooky echo when you walk through it. You're not saying it's dangerous, just strange.
Okay, what's next on the list?
Call it intro. It's defined as an effective or strong opening statement.
A classic example being the short story about his childhood served as a good intro to his presentation.
Right. But again, there's a nuance here. What's the difference between good intro and a good beginning?
Well, intro itself is the key. It's a casual abbreviation for introduction.
So using it signals something.
It signals efficiency, directness. It's something you'd say among colleagues, where you want to get to the point.
It's less formal.
Way less formal. So if you're in a conversation, maybe for IELTS Part 1, you could say,
I use a joke about my hobbies as a good intro when meeting new clients, as it quickly breaks the ice.
Perfect. It shows you understand that social shorthand. And for work?
Same idea. It's about impact and speed. We need to make sure the first paragraph of the report acts as a good intro that captures the executive team's attention immediately.
Because if they stop reading, you've lost them.
Exactly. It's all about function.
All right, moving on to a great one. Real one. This is high praise.
It really is. The definition is an authentic, honest, trustworthy person.
The example given is, after helping me fix my car without asking for money, I knew he was a real one.
And I think comparing this to just a dependable person really misses the mark.
How so?
Dependable is good. It's reliable. But real one, that implies a deeper loyalty, a profound integrity that's been proven through action.
It's about going above and beyond.
Definitely. It's often used when someone does something that's inconvenient for them, but right for you. It's about character.
So, a good conversational example would be something like,
When a coworker offers help without being asked, especially under a tight deadline, it shows they are a real one.
because they're sacrificing their own time.
Precisely. Or, in a more serious context, you can trust Sarah with that sensitive information. She is a real one and won't betray confidence. It's a huge statement of trust. All right, next up, we have a very dramatic one.
For all the marbles.
I love this phrase.
It means for everything, for the highest possible prize. Like, the last game of the tournament was for all the marbles.
but again, let's compare. Is it just high stakes?
I don't think so. High stakes can apply to many situations.
But for all the marbles has a specific feeling, doesn't it?
It feels final.
Exactly. It emphasizes a winner-take-all outcome. There is no second prize. It's a final, dramatic showdown.
Zero sum.
Totally. So in a work context, it has to be for something critical. The contract negotiation this afternoon is for all the marbles. If we lose this deal, we lose our biggest client.
The consequences are catastrophic.
Right.
Or for an IELTS question about a competition. Yes, the final round of the board game felt like it was for all the marbles, because whoever won would take home the grand trophy and bragging rights for the year.
And the loser gets nothing.
Nothing, that's the key.
Okay, next up is a more experiential one. To be tripping out.
Which means to be mentally confused or overwhelmed by strange feelings.
The standard example is the loud music and flashing lights made him start to be tripping out.
And the common mistake here is to just equate this with feeling dizzy.
It's so much more intense than that.
Right. Dizzy is a physical imbalance. Tripping out is psychological. It's about sensory overload.
Your brain can't process what's happening.
Exactly. It's often visual or auditory. So it's perfect for describing, say, intense modern art.
Oh, that's a good example.
For IELTS Part 2, you could say, highly abstract and colorful paintings, especially kinetic art, make me start to be tripping out because the sheer volume of stimuli is overwhelming.
And it also applies to mental burnout, right?
Absolutely. In a work context, after staring at that complex financial model for 6 hours straight, I started to be tripping out. I couldn't distinguish the variables anymore.
It's a kind of temporary break from reality.
That's a perfect way to put it,
All right, now for a phrase about selection. To make the cut.
which just means to be selected or included in the final group.
The classic example. The small scene was very funny, but it unfortunately did not make the cut for the final film version.
So, what's the nuance here compared to just to be chosen?
Well, to be chosen can be simple. You were just picked.
But to make the cut implies something else.
It implies competition. It suggests that many others were deliberately excluded.
Ah, so it means you passed a minimum threshold. You survived a process.
Exactly. So it's perfect for professional situations like promotions. I hope my leadership experience will help me make the cut for the promotion, especially since they are only selecting 2 people from a pool of 20.
It highlights the competition.
Right. And for a more general example, after 3 rounds of auditions, only 5 singers managed to make the cut for the national choir. It emphasizes how tough it was.
Okay. Moving on to specialization. Way too niche.
This means something is too specialized to be widely popular or known.
Like?
The topic of the lecture was way too niche. Only 5 people showed up to listen.
So here, what's the difference between this and just saying something is specialized?
Well, the key words are way too.
It adds a judgment?
It adds a critique. Absolutely.
Specialized can be a good thing, but way too niche implies that the specialization has become a drawback. It limits its appeal.
It's a negative thing.
Usually, yeah. It suggests it's not relevant to a wider audience. So for IELTS Part 1, talking about hobbies,
You could say, yes, my interest in rare coins is way too niche for my friends. They much prefer watching mainstream sports.
exactly, you're explaining why it's not a shared interest. And in business, it's critical.
How so?
We need to broaden the scope of this project description. Right now, the requirements are way too niche for most applicants. It's a strategic problem.
And our last phrase for today is about creativity. You have a good imagination.
A statement acknowledging someone's ability to invent ideas.
Right. The example is, the author's new novel shows that she has a good imagination for creating worlds.
So how does this compare to saying someone is inventive?
That's a great comparison. They're close but different.
Inventive feels more practical to me, like mechanical.
I agree, it leans toward practical application. But imagination, especially in this phrase, is more about generating novel concepts.
Visualizing new things.
Exactly. Like creating fictional worlds. Or, and this is a great way to use it, for abstract problem solving.
So you could use it outside of an artistic context?
For sure. In a discussion about skills, you could say, yes, I believe I have a good imagination, mostly for solving complex technical problems rather than just telling fictional stories.
That's a fantastic example. It shows the breadth of the phrase.
And in a work setting, when you need new ideas, we need someone with creative solutions for the budget constraints. I think John has a good imagination. Let's bring him in. It's about conceptual novelty.
Okay, I think it's time for a quick quiz to see if all this nuance is stuck.
Sounds good. Let's test it out. Question 1. What small town did you visit that felt really spooky? Is it option A, option B, or option C? Feel free to pause the critique here if you need to think about the answer.
The correct answer is definitely option B. A town that was very strange, unsettling, or mysterious, causing a subtle feeling of unease when seen at dusk. Remember, when something is really spooky, it's all about that mysterious, unsettling atmosphere, not just the simple scare.
All right, question 2. What personal fact about yourself do you use as a good intro? Option A, B, or C? Again, feel free to pause if you need a moment.
The answer here is option A, a joke about my hobbies that serves as an effective or strong opening statement to quickly start a new conversation. Using something as a good intro is all about that casual efficiency, breaking the ice quickly.
Question 3 is next. What act shows you that a new coworker is a real one? Your options are A, B, and C.
And the answer is A. When a coworker offers help without being asked, proving they are an authentic, honest, and trustworthy person. That act of going above and beyond is what proves someone is a real one.
Moving on to question 4. Have you ever played a game where the challenge felt like it was for all the marbles? Is it A, B, or C?
It has to be option A. Yes, the final round of a board game felt like it was for everything, meaning the highest possible prize was at stake. That winner-take-all, everything-on-the-line feeling is exactly what for all the marbles means.
Okay, question 5. What kind of art makes you feel like you start to be tripping out? A, B, or C?
The correct answer is option C. Highly abstract and colorful paintings that make me feel mentally confused or overwhelmed by strange feelings. That intense sensory overload causing psychological disorientation is the core of what it means to be tripping out.
We're on to question 6. What skill do you hope will help you make the cut in your next promotion review? Option A, option B, or option C?
The answer is A. My leadership experience, which I hope will ensure I am selected, chosen, or included in the final group for promotion. Remember, to make the cut implies you've survived a competitive selection process where others were excluded.
Just 2 left. Question 7. Do you follow any hobbies that are way too niche for your friends? Is the answer A, B, or C?
It's got to be option C. Yes, my interest in rare coins is so specialized that it is too specific to be widely popular or known among my friends. When a hobby is way too niche, it carries that subtle critique of being too specialized to have broad appeal.
And our final question, number 8. Do you believe you have a good imagination for telling stories? Option A, B, or C? Feel free to pause and think on this last one.
The correct answer here is C, which acknowledges the ability to invent new ideas. The phrase, "you have a good imagination," is all about that capacity for creating novel concepts, whether it's for stories or for solving complex problems.
Wow, we covered a lot of ground today. We went through 8 really powerful phrases. Really spooky, good intro, real one.
For all the marbles, to be tripping out, to make the cut, we too niche, and you have a good imagination.
I think the biggest takeaway really is to always look past that simple first definition.
Absolutely. It's the nuance that matters. Understanding that real one is about deep integrity, not just reliability. Or that way too niche is a bit of a criticism. That's what takes your English to the next level.
And we invite you to submit your work back in again for more feedback. And of course, you can find these lessons and much more, including that Box of Lies clip on SpeakDuo.com to keep practicing.
It's a great place to connect with other speakers and really build your confidence.